clearing agents in the Nigerian maritime sector are planning to embark on a fresh industrial action if the Nigeria Customs Service fails to review its duty charts for imported vehicles, which they say are higher than current market realities. Bamidele Adeyemibo, an export consultant, joins me now as we discuss this development. Thank you so much for joining us today, Bamidele. Quite a different, interesting development playing out here. We've seen that this has started somewhat since January, when we first had those the EA evaluation policy take off there, and we've seen that reactions play out there, and we saw that knee-jerk reaction from the Customs Service to temporarily suspend the policy. And now, for you though, what has changed since the last time that we had this interaction?
I think it's high time that the custom have a handshake with what CBN is trying to do. When I went through the concern of the clearing agent again today, I realized that what CBN is trying to do with e-evaluation might solve that problem. And I'll tell you why. Are you with me, please? Can you hear me?
I'm listening. Sure, definitely. Go ahead.
Just to be sure I'm not having network issue. Now, the CBN evaluation, e-evaluation says the buyer will register on a platform, the supplier will register on a platform and be able to post his price. Clearing agents are claiming that CBN is using an internet price that is not feasible. And because CBN is using an internet price that is not CBN, Customs is using an internet price that is not feasible, is making the price they are using to evaluate the duty payable to be way higher than the actual value of the goods. So,
all right, Delia, it seems there's a challenge there, but if you can hear me, though.
Saying, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, so if you can hear me, you can just continue as well. Make your point.
Yes. So, I think it would be great if Custom can have that handshake with CBN, because CBN is going to get the buyer and the supplier rather to give the price. So what that means is that it looks to me, compared to what clearing agents are saying, CBN might be having a better arrangement in evaluating the actual price of goods than what Custom is doing. And that's why it's creating the problem now. But even though they're referred to manual, they are saying the price of our average car is still about 40% higher than the price they actually bought the car.
But Dele, for me, I'm thinking here, why is it that every time there's a little rift here, the next option is a strike? Don't they have other forums where they meet to discuss these painstaking issues that have to do with how stakeholders are the pain points for stakeholders?
You are a Nigerian and you probably already know that. It seems to me like the language that government understands is strike. Until people down to, and because it's when strike happens that the news go out, it becomes just like you are getting to know and discussing it. It becomes a major topic of discussion in the country. Then maybe the presidency get to know. Then they can call the minister or whoever it is to order and see what can be done. It looks like that seems to be the language that government understands. And it seems as if it's been abused by the workers or by the agent. But really, it seems that's what's getting them the result.
All right, but what about the backlogs we're seeing play out there? Any improvement in that regard?
Because of the manual, yes, there is, but not so significant because there are still concerned about the price that is being evaluated. The fact that, because at the end of the day, you remember that, number one, the cost of even buying has gone up. Considering the fact that dollar rate, these guys go to parallel market to buy it. Most of them don't even have access to any window to be able to buy. So, and now they are going to pay a duty that is also a lot higher. And car is not food. It's not an essential commodity for survival. So if people feel it's too expensive, they're not going to buy it, and it's going to affect their business.
All right, but in terms of a possible middle ground here, where do you see this? Where do you see a soft landing?
That custom need to do something about the way they go about evaluation. I think there should be a stakeholder engagement on how do you get your price, a way of evaluating. That's why I started by saying maybe what CBN is trying to do might be a solution to this challenge. Since CBN is not going online to search for prices, but rather using price that the seller quoted that is selling the goods to Nigeria. that would be more. So you won't be quoting a price that is already outdated, according to some of the agents that were interviewed by in the report online, that is outdated, but you're quoting the price that show the current market reality. Because it's also expected that the price will be updated from time to time by the seller of the goods. So I think a stakeholder engagement will make a lot of sense. And custom probably, and I understand they're already working with CBN, maybe having a proper handshake now might be able to lay this challenge to rest. And I must say, custom having a target is an aberration in my opinion. How will custom be having a target? That means you envisage the car that will come in and you must meet that target. The reason the agents are saying, because they want to meet their target, that's why they're giving them outrageous bill for duty payment.